What's up, guys? This is the TheDeckSmiths here, and if you've been a part of the channel for a while or you've been following spellbooks for a while, this is actually Raiden and TheDeckSmiths. Long story, really short. YouTube screwed us up. We had to make a new channel, and that's why we have the TheDeckSmiths. But besides that, this is Raiden. I've been doing spellbooks heavily since 2017. Been with RaidennDarkGames and rooting for Spellbook of Judgement to come back. When Spellbook of Fate was at 1, I was pushing hard for Spellbook of Fate to be at 2, and then it came to 3. And Spellbook of Judgement, we've been waiting to come out with, to get off the ban list, and it sort of did. It's at 1. Congrats, yay! OCG has it at 1, Master Duel had it at 1, and now TCG had it at 1. But let's start with our deck profile. So I'm doing a pure spellbook deck. Let me put the extra deck aside. So I'm doing pure spellbooks, and I have two other variants. I have the obvious Dogmatica spellbook deck with a little bit of Shadalls, preferably, to make it spicy and a lot more competitive than this pure book build. And I also have a Reaper of Prophecy build that I'm building. I'm almost done with it. It needs a little more testing, just like this one needs a little more testing. It's a version 1 deck, but let's see how it goes. So let's start so we don't bore you guys out. So we have triple Spellbook of Magician of Prophecy, aka Blue Boy. You always need 3. Sorry for the glare. Let me just move it this way. And they have to be OT or else they don't work the same, as you already know. We have triple Jowgen. The 3 was working nicely, but I was looking at 2 and wasn't sure if it was gonna be better or not. Might drop it a little bit, but for right now, let's see how that goes. And we run on Master Duel. I had it at 2, and it was really good. But 1 Jowgen. The Jowgen helps a lot with a lot of the other meta decks. It helps a lot with banishing from grave and not allowing banishing. I really sort of preferred this over doing the regular pure Jowgen builds where it's just 6 cards, 6 monsters, and some hand traps. I will probably bump Gaiku to 2 and maybe lower a Jowgen, since you can get Jowgen so easily with Judgment, and Judgment is from Secrets and Master. It's easier to search. But we'll see how that goes over here. I'll move the monsters over there. And we have a small hand trap, not engine, but small hand trap setup. We have the 2 Ash Blossoms. I might remove them for other hand traps because they're sort of good, but a lot of decks now plus with the cards on the field. So yeah, if they play a card and you negate it with Ash Blossom, that's cute and all, but they still have the monster on the field and they can do shenanigans with monster on the field. So this one is okay. I like Ghost Ogre a little bit more, even though it doesn't prevent the effect. It gets rid of the card that's a problem. But I'll still play with the deck a little bit. And a Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. I want to play 2, so maybe a 2-2-2 split or a 1-2-2, something like that. But this is the one where if you add a card from graveyard to hand, deck, or extra deck, you negate it, special summon a monster from the grave, negate it, and banish a card from the grave, negate it. So I like this hand setup. Obviously, once we get Maxi in, I'll remove some of these cards. But for right now, is that. And we just fix it up real nicely so it doesn't look like a mess on screen. And let's start with these spells. So we're playing 3 Knowledge, of course, is the draw engine for your deck. 3 Spellbook of Secrets. We're running the triple Master. I don't know what the other 3rd secret is, so it hurts me a little bit. But it is triple Master. It doesn't break as much as you think it would because you just want to get these in grave as fast as possible. And then, recur them if you want with Tower or Eternity or whatever. But 3 is nice just because you can draw them constantly, and if you need to get rid of them, you knowledge it away. Running the triple Spellbook of Fate. This don't have all the OTs, which makes me sad and poor. But 3 is okay. I didn't have problems with it. I've been playing with it a little bit in Master Duel, and yes, it's a different kind of format. But 2 has been good in Master Duel. You'll see why I'm doubting 3 a little bit in a while. 1 life. You're running the double power. Gotta love the powers. And you're running 1 eternity. I used to always, if you see my old spellbook decks, always had 2 eternity. Always. because I would like to constantly recycle Eternity with Tower, get the stuff back as soon as you like turbo banish everything. The problem is now that the Towers is too slow, so you could play something stupid if you want to, like, cancel like Mystic Mine or whatever. But it's cool. One is okay. You just have to focus now whether do you want to banish everything or do you want to banish your grave and try to get stuff back with Eternity. But you have to make decisions there. If you worry too much about Eternity, your game will be really slow, and then you're going to get overwhelmed by your opponent, so you got to be careful. So one Eternity is okay. One Tower, I used to always run 2 towers. Now I'm running 1. It's good. It's not bad. If you mess up somehow and then you get like Eternity Engrave or like Towers Engrave, like, or both Engrave, you can try to banish this and then master your Eternity to get this back. But if you get both Engrave and then you don't have like masters or anything to recoup one of them, your grind game will die, because you can only banish basically. Oh, I run 2 Star Halls and obviously the Judgment. But if you can't recur these, your grind game dies. So you might as well try to send everything to grave because you have to use your fates, and then just rely on Kaiku and like power boost or something, or Jowlin or something to win. Because the pure build has a win problem. It locks your opponent down, yes, but then where do you go from there? You lock them down and then you keep like poking at them slowly. Like, what the fuck? Oh, sorry. What the Jiminy? But that's why I like Star Hall a little bit. But at 2, 3 was really bricky. 3 was pissing me off a little bit because you have to focus on either getting Star Halls out or not getting Star Halls out. And then when you get Star Halls out, I would have 3 Star Halls on the field. Yes, Blue Boy would be like at 4,000 or some stupid number. But then you can only use 2 spells of traps, and I run some traps in this deck, which helps out with the Jowlin play, but that's more or less what I'm going at. And for the non-spell books, I'm running the 1 Upstart for Judgment and the double power of the Guardians, just because it's good. And I like it more than Moon Mirror Shield a little bit, because Moon Mirror Shield, you'll always do 100 damage to life points no matter what you attack. And Power of Guardians gives you spell counters, which is cute and all, but it does boost your defense and your attack by 500. So it's not just your attack, it's also the defense, which is nice. And if the cards can get destroyed, you just remove a counter from your field and it doesn't die. And for traps, I prefer 3 Judgment, but I actually don't have 3 Judgment. I don't know why. I thought I did, but I don't. No, I'm sorry. I also have 1 Call by Grave. I forgot to show that. So 1 Call by Grave, just because ashing Blue Boy is really bad, especially if you want to use Blue Boy to get Judgment, and then they ash it. You lost a big part of your play, and now you're just using regular spellbooks, and then you lose so much speed. The Solemn Strike package with the Judgment is nice. I had this in my Dark Condition deck. Online, I have my 3 Judgments and I think 1 Strike, because you don't care about life points when you're playing spellbooks. You do, but bro, like, what are you gonna do? You don't have a power deck. You have a stall deck and stun deck, so you might as well just keep having your life points and cutting it by half, and you'll be fine. As long as you can stop Judgment from dying, it doesn't matter if you keep using Judgment, because you're gonna get anything, almost anything in the game, just Judgment. Divide by half, 4,000, half, 2,000, half, 1,000. It doesn't really matter because you're going to stay alive, and then unless they're playing, decks that can normal summon with like 1,500 attack or whatever, they'll kill you. But if not, Judgment. The strikes are only because of Judgment, so if you could switch, I would do 3 Judgment, 1 strike, but hey, everyone's different. Those are the only traps I run. A lot of the pure builds don't run traps, but I like to run the traps. And the extra deck is kind of booty. I don't have that many new cards because I've been at Yu-Gi-Oh for a while, but I collect here and there. I'm running the Daybreaker, Shiny Magical Warrior, Crowley, the first Prophecyr for the extra spellbook if you really need it. Like, if you have 2 Blue Boys, screw it. You might as well go into Crowley and then just get a 3rd Blue Book. I mean, a 3rd spellbook. Empress of Prophecy, because OP, and a 2nd Crowley. Dark Paladin is for crazy plays, even though you'll never play it. And Empress of Prophecy looks beautiful in ulti, but you'll never play it. And then your Crowley and Daybreaker. When I switch over to my other 2 builds, I actually run a real extra deck. You'll see some Link 1 magicians and Link 2. It's a lot more complex than just this BS. But Crowley's cute and Daybreaker's cute, so it's not bad. Uses counters to pop stuff. You're good. So guys, let me know what you think down below about this Spellbook deck profile Pure. I will release the other 2 builds in a little bit once I perfect them. It's going to be Reaper of Prophecy, which is very exciting. I love Reaper of Prophecy, even though it's really hard to build a consistent deck. And my competitive Dogmatica, probably Shaddoll, and something else deck. But guys, this is RaidennDarkGames and TheDeckSmiths here with your Spellbook October 2022 deck profile with Spellbook of Judgement. Until next time, guys.